Saturday morning to you, everyone. It is 8 o'clock. Thanks for starting your weekend with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Lindsay Monroe. We made it through what seemed to be a long work week, and it was a very cold work week as well.
It was bitter cold, but some changes on the horizon this weekend. Not only are we going to get back above freezing, we're going to thaw things out. We've got some rain to talk about. That'll come with this next weather system. So first, we've had quite the sunrise this morning. It's been beautiful over on that eastern horizon as the sun has been coming up. Clouds have been rolling in, but it is dry throughout the entire region. And it's still pretty cold as we sit at 27 here in downtown Indy right now. Now, we've got widespread winter weather alerts in effect for far western portions of Illinois into Iowa up into the Midwest because that's where that cold air sits. We are going to be on the warm side of this weather system as you see this warm front making its way in our direction. So that means our temperature will be back above freezing. So once all of that moisture moves in, it will be in the liquid form. So we don't have to worry about any snow or freezing rain or anything like that. We would if it were to arrive right now. It is just 23 up in Muncie, 22 in Kokomo. After a morning low down to 19, we're up to 29 now in Shelbyville. So several dry hours today. In fact, this is going to be mainly an evening event. Between now and about 4 o'clock, things look pretty good around the metro. Showers will then make their return to the western tier of the state after the 4 o'clock hour. Widespread rain through the evening. In fact, rain will be heavy at times tonight through the overnight. Do want you to be prepared for any travel plans you might have later today as this shower activity moves in. Again, temperatures warm back to the mid to upper 40s, well above freezing for everybody. This is 3:30 this afternoon, and then by 6 o'clock, rain will be fair game and then only increase in intensity as we go through that 10 o'clock hour tonight with heavier bands of rain that will likely continue through 2 o'clock in the morning or so, lingering showers to get our Sunday started. We're going to talk more about how long this stretch of mild air looks to stick around, and yet another chance of rain moving in on Monday. I've got that full timeline coming up.
All right, we'll see you then, Lindsay. This morning, we're learning new developments in 2 shootings that left 2 people dead here in Indianapolis. The most recent happening on the city's west side. Officers say they were called to Cloverleaf Terrace near Washington and 465 last night around 9 o'clock. Once on scene, officers found a person who had been shot. They were taken to the hospital in critical condition. Then shortly after, police say they found another person who had been shot at that same location. They were pronounced dead at the scene. And Metro Police are also investigating a shooting on the city's east side. Officers were called to the 800 block of Trayburn Green Drive around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Police tell us when they arrived, they found a person dead at the scene. And this morning, we are still working to learn exactly what led up to both of these shootings. Of course, any new information that we get, we'll be sure to pass along to you. This morning, the teen accused in organizing a deadly Halloween party where 10 people were shot and a 16-year-old girl was killed is now charged in her death. Investigators say 19-year-old organized at least 20 illegal parties across the city last year. Our Rich Nye spoke to the prosecutor about the charges Jalen Helm now faces.
19-year-old Jalen Helm faces 31 charges for allegedly organizing, promoting, and hosting illegal parties targeted for teens.
These parties were completely unsanctioned. You had the sale of alcohol and drugs, which is totally against the law. You have people underage drinking. You have drugs being consumed. And then on top of that, you introduce people to these parties that you know are carrying firearms.
At a Halloween party last year, 10 people were shot between the ages of 16 and 21. 6 victims were under 18, including 16-year-old Kaylin Washington, who died. Helm is charged with reckless homicide for her death.
If you're going to throw these parties with young people, with drugs, with alcohol and guns, we certainly think that it's foreseeable and that you have deviated from the standard of care that you owe to the people who go to the party because you're putting them all at risk.
Social media helped investigators connect Helm to parties all over town in 2023.
The great thing about young people is they love memorializing everything on social media and they love saving everything on their phone. There's really a treasure trove of information available to us.
Investigators blame Helm for a large fight outside a party at this house on Ralston Avenue. A gun pointed at a neighbor outside this house on Governors Point Boulevard. Shots fired with 60 people at this house on Kenwood Avenue. A man shot and killed in front of this house on 35th Street. 300 people at this house on Kansas Street. Investigators say that Helm held multiple parties here at the Venue 56 Event Center at 71st and Georgetown Road, including his 18th birthday party, with a $10 cover charge. Helm allegedly received 115 payments for almost $1,800 in entry fees. In Indianapolis, Rich Knight, 13 News.
Helm is also charged with taking photos of people's credit and debit cards while he worked at a Taco Bell drive-thru, using the stolen cards to buy party supplies. Right now, there's a growing effort to crack down on these kind of unauthorized parties that sometimes end in gun violence. Airbnb says it's using anti-party technology on its platform just ahead of the New Year's holiday. The system analyzes the length of a trip, the type of listing, distance between the listings and guests' location, plus the date of the reservation to help determine if it's a high risk. Now, if it is, the guests will either be blocked from booking or redirected to alternative options on the platform. All of this is an effort to prevent unauthorized parties and protect not just the property owners, but those living nearby.
I'm all for any support that we can get from any of the websites. For me, it's all about being a good neighbor. So it's all about Hoosier hospitality. We want guests to have good times when they're here in our city, but we want everyone to be safe.
During last year's New Year's holiday celebration, Airbnb says this technology helped prevent 33,000 higher risk reservations. 4 of those were right from Indiana.
Put your hands up! Let me see your hands!
This morning, IMPD is sharing edited body camera video from a police shooting going back to October. Police say they were responding to a theft report when a car pulls up and stops.
Who's this?
I don't know who.
That's when police say a woman in the car got out, telling them Julius Hill carjacked her at gunpoint and forced her to drive. The situation quickly escalated when police say Hill refused to put his hands up and pointed a gun at police. Now, we're freezing this body camera video just moments later, but those moments later, you can hear an officer shoot Hill. Police treated Hill at the scene before EMS arrived, but he died several weeks later in the hospital. The officer involved is currently on administrative leave while his actions are reviewed by the department and Use of Force Review Board. IMPD tells us the man involved in Thursday's police shooting on the city's west side was experiencing a mental health crisis. It started when officers responded to this apartment complex near Washington and Morris. They say a man fired shots into the complex and pointed a gun at his family before running off. When police found him a few blocks away, he allegedly shot at police and a squad car. That's when an officer fired back. That suspect was grazed by a bullet and taken to the hospital for treatment. We're told the officer involved in this shooting is also on administrative leave this morning. Time is now 8:08. This morning, we are working to find out what exactly led up to a deadly shooting at an Amazon warehouse near Greenfield. Police say it happened just before 2 Friday morning at a facility off of 200 North Road. 39-year-old Isaac Riley was found dead in the parking lot, and the person who allegedly shot him was still at the scene when police arrived. They say they surrendered to police and is cooperating with this investigation. Police tell us the shooting may have been in self-defense. The Amazon warehouse was closed after the shooting, but will reopen later today. The city of Westfield will receive nearly $1.5 million for road resurfacing next year. It's all part of NDOT's community crossing grants. Westfield is one of 223 communities statewide to get these grants. To qualify, Westfield has to match 50% of the funds and have an assessment management plan to maintain existing roads and bridges. Management plan. Now, details on what roads will be resurfaced will be available in the coming spring. Happening right now, a unique Christmas shopping experience is being put on by Empowering Indy. Our Anna Chalker joins us live as doors just opened there. And Anna, kind of tell us what this is all about.
Well, Matthew, it is a great event out here this morning. Doors open at 8. Families are already coming in with that unique shopping experience like you mentioned. And I'll let you know,
Empowering Indy, this was a Send the Love recipient, and Channel 13 viewers, you all helped donate thousands of dollars to help for this event today, so thank you all. But I want to talk more about this event because it is a big day and the need is real. Here to talk about that, we have Jamie. Good morning.
Good morning.
How is the day looking like? Because we know it's a full day for you guys.
Yes, it's a very full day. We'll be serving 365 families, just over 1,000 kids with those families, and we are just so excited to be here to be able to serve our community.
I mean, how does it feel? You know, you've been doing this for years, but you're still able to come back every year and really help these families have a great Christmas.
Yeah, the need is so great, and it just tends to grow every single year, so we're just thrilled that we can come back every year and continue to help the families that are in need.
And I mean, it lets you kind of get more into the community. How is it interacting with these families? Because I'm sure it's a unique relationship.
Absolutely. We get to identify some greater needs that are in their lives, so we're meeting an immediate need with the gifts, but we can help build that relationship and figure out what their greater needs are, and then connect them with appropriate resources to help empower them to move forward.
For sure. Jamie, thank you so much. Hey, we'll be checking back in throughout the rest of the day. This is a full pre-registered event all day today over here at Post Church. We'll be checking back in coming up at 8:30.
All right, sounds good, Anna. Our Anna Chalker reporting live for us this morning. We'll see you soon.